Now it's starting.
Okay. Welcome to BackStage Pass. I am in the backyard of the Royal with Neal Middleton from Royal Bliss. This is a humble guy's dream come true to be totally geeky about it. Neal's the lead singer for Royal Bliss, which started me on the voyage of local music, and my local music family has gotten enormous because of you guys, because of a lot of people. I blame you for it, and I appreciate it.
I'll take the credit, man. That's awesome.
Again, this is BackStage Pass. Neal has selected 5 questions, and then at the end of the interview, he'll pick a number between 1 and 5, and that'll be just a catch-all question. So, get her going.
Okay.
Question number 1. If you could play anywhere, where would it be? And there's a part 2 to this question, but
Okay. I was joking the other day, but also kind of semi-serious, that I think it'd be pretty awesome to be the first band to play on the moon.
Nice.
Because it's like a concert that everybody could see. All you gotta do is like on a full moon or something, and I want to have like those Halloween lights in front of the haunted house that
there you
go
go
around, so like lights are shooting off the moon, and then you could like get like a live feed and watch the band on the internet, but also look up and be like, oh my gosh. It's kind of like being in a nosebleed section of a big arena, but just a little different. You're like, I know they're up there. I can see them right there.
What do you think the acoustics would be like on the moon?
Probably horrible. I think it'd be horrible. But we'd be in spacesuits, so
right.
I'd have like a Britney Spears mic on. And guys, it would probably be pretty interesting. It'd probably come off really slow, and it'd probably take a while for the feed to actually hit Earth.
No kidding, no kidding. But you could probably broadcast it to other places too, so expand beyond the Earth.
That would be amazing if they could figure out a way to like actually have it be in real time.
No kidding.
Probably have to, like, what is that? The invention of the speed of light, or
something
sound, or some shit. But yeah, the moon.
Who would open for you? Because you guys would be headlining.
Yeah, well, you too, duh. Bono's been a big fan. He hits me up on Facebook all the time. It's
Very
like,
cool.
what's up? No, hey, I really want to
hear
play
that,
with
Bono?
you. See ya.
Okay, you hear that, Bono?
That was the cameraman's son driving by.
Oh, that was
Dad, I
Vito?
love him. Yeah.
Very cool.
So, the legendary Anthony is filming us right now.
Very cool.
Anthony Perry.
Go ahead and flip that around.
Yeah, go say what's up.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, God, that guy's cool looking.
What's up?
Question number 2. Life on the road is not as glamorous as it may seem.
Yes.
Where was the best place or the best meal that you've had on the road, and what was it?
I picked that question.
Food is such a commonality amongst everybody. I mean, you go out on the road, it's so glamorous. I know you go out there and you're just living the life.
Well, that's the funny thing that everybody thinks, like, especially us. Like, we're a band that, we were traveling in our cars, and then we were in a van in a small trailer, then got a bigger trailer, and then a motorhome that we built bunks in that was just disgusting. Like, I can't believe we lived in it. I saw after it had been parked, it's got plants growing out of it, mice living in there, and it's like, holy shit, I can't believe we lived in this thing. Autographs, we had everything autographed in the interior. Like, even the inside of the microwave was autographed by people. It's a piece of art. We still have it somewhere. It's in the field.
That's way
I don't know where. It's somewhere around here. But and then we got the conversion bus that was really nice, like the shuttle, and then we got the Silver Eagle, and now we're finally in a Prevost. So finally, 17 years later, we're in like an actual tour bus.
Yeah.
So it's nicer now, but
it's legitimate. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's sweet, but it's still a traveling hallway with 8 other dudes that eat Mexican food and fart all day long, and so it's still. I mean, there's not a lot of glamour to it. I mean, I can see how people see that there's glamour to it.
Yeah.
But it's. I mean, you just focus on sleeping, but we always look forward because we know every spot that's the best food, like in every city, and that's you remember certain cities based on their food, or like the local food that they just brag about all the time. Like, there's certain households and people that like have adopted us that make like a kick-ass gumbo or just cookies and different things. We had Amber in Detroit will make us whatever we say. Like, hey, I want lasagna, and she'll make it fresh that morning, and then make like a pumpkin pie and bring it to the bus.
That's got to help.
Oh, it's
That's
awesome.
got to help because I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of your songs have been heavily influenced by not how life on the road really kicks ass, how life on the road is really hard.
Yeah, I mean, all of us, we got families for the most part, you know, except for Sean and Taylor. But, you know, they have girls, and Taylor's got his dog.
Yeah, exactly. That dog misses Taylor, I'm sure.
Yeah, and there's a lot of girls in this town that miss Taylor, too. But, so it's like, you know, I mean, it's tough.
That's another conversation.
Yeah, I mean, but now he's kind of a little girly. He likes right now.
There we go.
It's kind of cool.
There we go.
But, yeah, I mean, I miss out on so much of my kid's life. That's the hardest thing, you know, and those are those moments that you'll never, ever, ever get back.
Right.
And, you know, watching them grow
up.
Yeah, when you're home, you hope, you try to, but sometimes you get home and you're so backed up, like owning the club and writing songs. There's just so much to it that I mean, even when you're home, it's hard to find that quality time. But that's what I'm working for.
Not exactly a job that you clock into and clock out of and go home. So.
You can't call in sick.
Right.
You don't get paid. So
no
it's like, you know what? I'm calling in sick today, kids. We're going to Lagoon, and you don't get to do that. Like,
very cool.
And so I want to clone.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, right.
What has been, this is question 3, what has been, so far, the strangest item or place that you've been asked to autograph? I can't believe you crossed this question off, but then again, I want to
I'm
hear
going
the
to
answer.
answer this. I'm going to answer this.
There's the gratuitous one that I'm waiting for.
Very honest, because I'm honest. I'm a very honest man. I don't lie. I don't bullshit. We played Rock Monkey Ruckus in Rockford, just north of Rockford, Illinois. And there was a veteran that was hammered. And I was hammered too. And he talked me into signing his testicle. And I signed his I didn't look. It's like, I'm a veteran!
Do it!
Do it, man! Come on! And I just reached up and I signed his testicle. I didn't look, but I was like, you know, take one for the team. And then later that day I felt bad because he passed out.
Probably pretty gingerly too with that Sharpie.
I didn't want to look. I'm like, oh man, it was so bad. And then later that day I saw him passed out, so I went up and chiefed him and like drew mustaches and shit all over his face. And I'm like, well, that's for making me sign your balls. And I used the same Sharpie, but he was cool about it. They were cool. I mean, military dudes they're badass. You know, they can take a joke.
That's awesome. Question number 4. What or who is your musical guilty pleasure?
John Denver.
Yeah?
I love John Denver.
Very cool. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think my parents a little bit. I saw John Denver and the band America play at the Galvin Center a long time ago before John passed away.
Nice.
And I always loved his songs. Like my friend Trent Norton, a brother of mine who's actually over in the Middle East right now in the Army, and he was always loved that 9 feet high, 6 feet wide, something down a chick. Made from the best for all them geese, but hold a pound with dicks or whatever. All them kids, 4 hound dogs, figure we stole from the shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on grandma's for the bed. And so yeah, I just fell in love with John. He's got a great damn voice, and his lyrics are amazing. And so there's certain times that, and he's got songs that like will take me back to places, you know. And then I mean, everybody has those songs and music that will take them back to a vacation or a certain part in their life where you get this vivid memory from listening to the songs.
Yeah.
John Denver has always been one of those guys. I got greatest hits on there, and I'll blast that shit.
Very cool.
I'm hungover sometimes. I'll just sit there and cry and be like, "Oh man, I love John Denver. Miss you, brother."
We got you revealed on that one. So.
Yeah, right.
Question
feeling
number
way
5.
too much.
What or where has been the most intimidating stage or place that you've ever performed on before the band?
Well, it's
we talked
definitely
about this
singing
a
the
little bit. Yeah.
national anthem for Real Salt Lake. Whenever my first time singing the national anthem for them, I had done the national anthem at like a baseball game, but not like a big baseball game. It was like an adult league all-star kind of thingy. But
I
was intimidating.
I saw that video, and I think there
Yeah.
were more players than there were people. On
Yeah,
the
there
stage.
was. There was like nobody there, but
yeah.
I was still freaking out just because, you know, I mean, that's the most important song
Yeah.
in our country,
Yeah.
and if you screw that thing up, you're in trouble.
You're on one of these viral videos of
end up on SportsCenter for the wrong reasons. And you know, I'm a patriot. I love this country, and I'm very proud of the people that have fought for this country, and my dad included. And so when you stand up there by yourself in front of 22,000 people on NBC, and you just don't want to let them down.
Right.
And I remember I didn't sleep for a week.
The
first time I did it. I didn't sleep for a week, and I just kept singing it over and over in my head. And I remember telling my wife, I'm like, if I screw this up tomorrow, we're selling the house and moving out of Utah. I'm going to go find a hole and stick my head into it. I mean, I've known the song since I could talk. But
Yeah. Well, so
it's
is
still like
everybody
you know, the intensity of all these people watching, and you got the military right there to the left of you, and the team behind you, and the TV in front of you, and everybody watching, and
no pressure.
and it's just like you just want to do it justice.
Right.
So yeah, that's by far the most intimidating I've ever been.
Yeah.
Singing.
Very cool. I liked what you brought up about when you were talking about John Denver, how certain songs will, and this is just me rambling, but how certain songs will bring you back to a place that the second you hear it, the second the first chord hits, your mind goes back to a certain place, it goes to someone, it goes to a memory.
Yeah.
And I think and I don't know why I've waited this long in my life to really realize how deep music can affect an individual, but and I've told you this before one-on-one, but this is my church. You guys fuel me, and when I don't see you for a long time, I can definitely tell. I get, musically anemic, so to speak.
Therapy.
But yeah,
it's my therapy too.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought it was interesting when you told me that you get fed off of the energy and the vibes from the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see how that would be the case. That's a beautiful thing that it's that much of a two-way street.
You know, the audience, they're my therapists. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I sing a lot of. I mean, these songs are, very personal for the most part. Like all of our songs are stories about my life, and so it's like I get a vent every single night by singing those songs.
Sure.
There's certain songs when I'm in a certain mood or a certain space in my life where there's certain songs that really hit me hard, and it comes out. You can feel it. And I think the audience can feel it too.
Yeah.
But
And there's been
me sane.
a couple of moments that I've looked around in the concert, and I'm kind of revealing myself a little bit as well. You guys are going at it on stage, and everybody else, I'm looking around, everybody else is getting into it. I'm almost bawling my eyes out because it took me right off the bat. It took me to someplace really deep.
yeah, it's good to feel it.
Yeah, definitely. Random catch-all.
Oh, jeez.
Pick a number between 1 and 3, or 1 and 5. Sorry. Yeah.
Between 1 and 5?
Yeah.
3.
3. Oh wow. Okay. Rolling Stones or the Who?
Ooh.
It's one of my favorite questions to ask.
Well, recently we were on tour with Bobaflex, and we watched one of the documentaries on the Rolling Stones, and it was really, I was inspired. I mean,
Wow.
I love the Rolling Stones. I think they're an amazing band, and what they went through, and they're, Mick Jagger's one of the last true rock stars alive.
Right.
I mean, as far as a frontman goes,
Yeah.
and one of the best frontmen to ever exist, in my opinion. And I'm a guy that looks at frontmen and singers and
Sure.
entertainers, and Mick Jagger's one of the best of all time, in my opinion. So, I'd say the Rolling Stones. Their history and everything that they went through and dealt with.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they did it because they loved it, and they happened to be in a very magical moment in music history where there was still rock stars.
Right place at the right time.
But they fought for it.
Yeah.
They fought for it. And, and they wrote from the heart. They had a good fucking time doing it.
Nice.
And so I got a lot of respect for them. I mean, the Who did too. The Who's amazing. But
Very cool.
when it comes, I'm a frontman guy, so
Yeah.
I would pick
It's your lot in
Mick
life,
over.
so.
Yeah. Exactly right.
All right, well, very cool. Thank you, Neal, very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it, buddy. Okay,
Definite.
this has been Backstage Pass. Neal Middleton and Royal Bliss. Thank you. Rock on.
Rock on.
And press the red button.